Flight centre's closed.
This mural on Facebook caught my eye. When you go out and see the empty streets, the empty stadiums, the empty train platforms, don't say to yourself it looks like the end of the world. What you're seeing is love in action. What you're seeing in that negative space is how much we do care for each other, for our grandparents, for our immune-compromised brothers and sisters, for people we'll never meet. People will lose their jobs over this. Some will lose their businesses and some will lose their lives. All the more reason to take a moment when you're out on your walk or on your way to the store or just watching the news to look into the emptiness and marvel at all of the love. Let it fill and sustain you. It isn't the end of the world. It is the most remarkable act of global solidarity we may ever witness.
I'm just walking through Mount Hawthorn over to my parents' house. I need to help Dad buy a car. I borrowed these glasses from Doc in Back to the Future.
Hi, I'm Marty. I flew these with these. I fly these with them. Got a wife, kids, play golf, band, happy life, and then Corona. It's a drag, but you're not alone. Have a laugh with me on...
Such a weird vibe out there at the moment. Shops like Flight Centre closed down. Otherwise, you go to something where like Officeworks and it's just going gangbusters. It's like more people than you've ever seen. It's like Christmas sales. Prior to all this, if I saw someone just walking along talking to themselves on a mobile device, I was quite critical of them. I thought, for God's sake, just live your life, live in the moment. You know, don't be distracted by the electronic media. Mate, I now get it. They're just connecting. That's what you and I are doing right now. We're connecting, we're connecting. Before I stood down, I was flying with Haiti last week, and she's such a humanitarian. She was showing me some pictures from Africa of some people living in a little village, and they're living in a mud hut, and due to the coronavirus, that's thrown a wrench in the works over there. They don't even know where their next meal is coming from. So you need some perspective, just have a look at that. Helping the old man to buy a used Toyota seems like heaven on a stick compared to that. Okay, Mum, hit us with a joke.
Okay, how many men does it take to change a roll of toilet paper?
I don't know, how many?
I don't know, it's never happened.
Ha ha! Dad, just look into the camera and tell everyone what we're doing.
We're on the highway just besides Perth. We're heading north. It's a Graham Farmer tunnel.
We were heading out to Midland and then we had to do the U-turn. Why is that?
Well, we got another one out at adjacent. What's the name of the park?
Osborne Park.
Osborne Park.
We got a call from a dealer that we couldn't refuse.
Yeah.
So we're off to do that.
Yeah. So that was good.
And we found him a car. Can't go wrong with a Toyota.
Mum needs some company. You've seen what dads like to talk to.
Off to do a good deed. What are we doing this morning?
We get Kit.
We get cat for who?
Nana.
For Nana. Got the flight crew training manual, some food, something for it to crap in, and a excited daughter.
Going in the box?
Yeah.
This is his birthday, whatever date it is today, because we don't know his actual birthday.
Righto. I'll get the fence.
Welcome, cat, to your new home. Meow. 17th of April 2020. Hello. We love this sign. The sign's amazing.
You get the box and you take the box inside.
You are, he's beautiful.
I think we should call him Rocky, because Rocky, he looks like a rock.
Aren't you beautiful?
It's got lovely eyes.
Yes. Yeah, you're frightened, aren't you, darling?
He's the most sulky cat in the world. On the way over, he was just like collapsing.
Yeah.
He was just like, yes.
Are you
His
happy?
purr is
Are you
louder
happy?
than the engine.
Is it?
What a gorgeous
Oh,
eye.
that's
What
lovely.
colouring's lovely. Look at those beautiful eyes.
Good deed done for the day.
Boys just doing some animation. Chip off the old block.
Dad, you...
Good girl.
Hey everyone, just a couple of things building up, so I thought I'd get them all out of the road. So coming out really soon is a song with a video clip about depression that Trav and I have written. Really looking forward to showing that to you guys. Jono in Sydney, mate, he's put me onto a guy called Paul Blackburn, who's all about be the best you can be. So look up Paul Blackburn on YouTube for a bit of a lift. I'm sure he's streets ahead of me. Bezo gave me this graph, which I think a lot of people will recognise the phases of frustration through this, and I can recognise in myself living on at least one of these steps. Starts with denial, which is avoidance, confusion, elation, shock and fear, leading to anger, frustration, irritation and anxiety. I pretty much live on that step at the moment. If you ask my family in my worst moments, that can slide into depression. I'm not qualified to talk about that. If you are depressed and you recognise features of depression in your life at the moment, please seek help. Coming out of that, bargaining, struggling to find meaning, reaching out to others and telling one story. And finally, acceptance, exploring options, new plans in place, moving on. Good graph. Thanks, Beza. Thanks very much to Wayne for your letter, mate, and describing how that perhaps as an A380 guy you feel that you've had your last flight. It's hard to know. I hope not. You also described your wife's business has gone under due to the economic downturn, so it's very sad to hear. And the anxiety, the fallout of that can be quite great for some people. Wayne did point out that if you see your GP, you can get a mental health plan drawn up that will have subsidised counselling, and this is for people not employed by Qantas. So that's a really good thought for our families. Thanks, mate. While we're on the subject of depression, I'm not there yet, but how's the booze going? You using it much as a crutch? It does solve a short-term problem, but it doesn't solve the long-term problem. Just had a lovely call from Andrew in Brisbane. Mate, we discussed a lot of stuff, including the making of that music video that we're going to have coming out in the next couple of days. He made a really good point. He says he keeps trying to go through the grade process because he's a pilot, that's what he uses. And he's gathering information, he's reviewing the information, and then he goes to analyse which is the best way to go. Hang on, I've got to review it again. Things are changing so rapidly. It's just like trying to grab smoke. It's impossible. You just can only control what you can control. And I can't control much at the moment. That'll do.